Thank God it's Friday. Monday's a brand new start. Wednesday, you're halfway home, and Thursday, the weekend's not far. Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. What can you say about Tuesday? Nothing, not a damn thing. Tuesday bites, Tuesday sucks, Tuesday blows, go away. Tuesday's crap, Tuesday's lame, Tuesday's dumb, go away. Tuesday, Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. What can you say about Tuesday?
Nothing. Except it's still pretty nice outside. Mid-50s today with some clouds. And then some precipitation later this afternoon. Might see some rain in the area. And then changing over to snow tomorrow morning with temperatures dropping down into the 40s. Might see some more snow on Thursday. And then again maybe on Saturday. No real accumulation expected, but
A wintry mix I saw.
the robins are here. So
Oh
we
my
got to get
gosh.
a snow on the back 3 times, right? Isn't that the deal?
There's already been one. They've been back enough that there's been one. So.
And we've got spring happening next week. We've already set the clocks ahead, but the actual vernal equinox or whatever it is doesn't happen until the 20th, I believe. So we have a lot to get to this morning. Grant Bilse of the Wisco Sports Show is going to join us just after 8 a.m. Last week we talked to him on Wednesday because we were both out on Tuesday, but we're back on schedule this week. So our buddy Grant Bilse is going to join us, talk about free agency. Boy, oh boy.
Dude.
I know, right?
Dude.
The legal tampering, whatever they call it, time frame started yesterday, and all these deals are getting fired off. And
I woke up this morning, it's like, bam, 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 bam.
But yeah, Grant Bilse, we'll talk to him about that. We've got a new Karen of the day to get to.
Okay.
We've also got bad news, happy music. It's National Ranch Day. We're going to be talking about ranch dressing. Do your people know this?
No.
Your people are obsessed with ranch, right?
Well, a lot of people are.
I know, but your people in particular.
One of them, I think.
Okay, one of them is... All right.
Big fan.
We'll get to all of that and then some a bit later on this morning. RockMornings.com if you want to join us. You can also download the apps and get in touch with us that way. The 95.7 The Rock app, the 92.9 The X app. Download the apps and submit voicemails, pictures, and videos. Let us know what you're up to. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Go figure, the woman who shot at Rihanna's house sounds like a complete lunatic.
Well, yeah, you figured it was going to be somebody. Are they just obsessed with the fame and
there seems to be
relationship or something?
A lot going on there. Apparently, she has made videos about Rihanna and Cardi B, and she claims to be some sort of worship prayer influencer person. I don't know what the hell to, look, someone's got a serious mental illness here, and it went untreated for a really long time, is my guess. Her name is Ivana Lizette Ortiz. She's 35 years old. She shot up Rihanna's house on Sunday, apparently had some sort of beef with Rihanna. Back on February 23rd, she posted a Facebook message saying, "Rihanna, are you there? Because I was waiting for your AIDS 5-head self to say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you talking to me where I'm not at." She also conjured up an issue with Cardi B because she posted a video where she's looking at herself in the mirror saying, "You can't F with me, Cardi B. You're supposedly busy right now." Lots of rambling, incoherent type stuff on the videos. It just
Cardi B, you're supposedly busy right now. You're supposedly busy right now. But you know who has the cutest outfit tonight? You know who's the cutest tonight? I am. I'm the cutest tonight. You ain't doing nothing to me. You ain't messing with me. You ain't messing with me. Ain't nobody pressed. Ivana's not pressed.
Yo.
Is Cardi B pressed? Shardy B? Yeah, I was just in San Francisco last week. Actually, this week. No one wanted me to go to what Cardi B had going on. I wonder why. Ooh, I wonder why. Ooh, I wonder why.
That is the sound of an absolute lunatic, and yeah, she obviously shot up Rihanna's house. Allegedly, she's been arrested for it, but they'll figure that all out. Her name is again Ivana Lizette Ortiz. Happens to be a religious influencer, whatever that means. Kept a praying woman's journal on YouTube, and in several of the videos, she takes aim at Rihanna, calling her a witch, comparing her face to the devil, suggesting that Rihanna wants to kill her. I don't know if she has any actual contact with these people or if she just is conjuring up these relationships in her crazy-ass brain. Previous arrest for domestic violence, careless driving, violating pretrial release conditions. She's been booked on attempted murder for firing several rounds into Rihanna's home while Rihanna and her kids were inside. Bail is at $10 million.
Sure.
Rihanna was seen getting on a plane yesterday. No word if this was a scheduled trip or if she's just getting out of Dodge to get away from all this.
Take a little break from that.
Let my lawyers handle all that crap. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff you got to deal with sometimes when you're super duper famous and you've got lunatics out there with access to videos and guns and who knows what else. But that's insane.
Yes.
Former Wisconsin Supreme Court Chief Justice Annette Ziegler will not run for re-election in 2027. Yeah, she was the law. She announced that yesterday, ending 2 decades of service on the state's top court. Ziegler cited a desire to spend more time with her family as the reason for stepping down. Her decision means there'll be an open field in next year's state Supreme Court race. She said, while I will not be a candidate next year, my appreciation for the people of Wisconsin and the judicial system I have been privileged to serve in remains as strong as ever. I look forward to finishing out the rest of my term on the court and handing the baton to a new justice in 2027. She was first elected to the Supreme Court in 2007, unopposed in her 2017 re-election campaign. Part of the court's conservative wing, Ziegler served as the Chief Justice from 2021 until earlier this year when she lost her role as the chief when liberals gained the majority of the court. So she's out, not going to seek re-election, and going to basically say, that's it. I'm going to spend more time with my family. Speaking of family, did you hear about this Georgia school teacher?
Did I? Oh, yes. Is this the TPing horrific truck accident?
Yeah. Yes. So the family of a North Hall High School teacher named Jason Hughes say that he was excited to catch the students involved in a prank. So it sounds like this is a well-known thing that the students do, and he wanted to catch them doing it, not to punish them
they were TPing his house. Right. He's a math teacher and a golf coach. He knew these kids, and he wanted to sneak up on them and kind of
And apparently he slipped in the rain before then being struck and killed by another vehicle.
The truck driven by the kids.
Right. The Hughes brother-in-law said the family disputes reports of a confrontation and is asking that the charges against the students be dropped. Deputies say the teen driver is facing vehicular homicide and reckless driving charges as the investigation continues. Now, you got to feel real bad for that kid, obviously, right? Having to deal with the fact that he killed his teacher, whether it was accidental or intentional or whatever. Now he's got the charges against him, and it sounds like the family of the guy that got killed is like, no, dude, that's not what went down. It was a complete 100% accident. Like, this shouldn't be.
Yeah, and the kids stopped immediately when they knew what had happened. They all tried to help him. They called 911. They got his wife. They worked on him until first responders. That's not somebody who's trying to run him over and kill him, right? That's an accident. And his wife is a teacher. The community's shattered, right? You're talking about two teachers, and it's just horrific. So but they say that is not what my husband would have wanted. He's been working with this community and these group of kids for years, and he would not want all of their lives to be ruined because of this horrific accident.
As you mentioned, his name is Jason Hughes. He was a math teacher, golf coach at North Hall High School. Died Friday when he was struck by a vehicle that was driven by an 18-year-old student as teenagers were leaving the area following a TP prank. The driver, identified as Jaden Ryan Wallace, faces felony charges of first-degree vehicular homicide and reckless driving. Deputies told media outlets that Hughes had come outside after noticing the students throwing the toilet paper in his yard and that the teens fled in 2 different vehicles. Authorities said the teenagers involved attempted to help Hughes after he was struck before he was then taken to a hospital where he later died. But it sounds
they
like
immediately stopped and were like, oh my gosh, what has happened? They called 911. They got his wife. They gave him, as much as they could for CPR and attentiveness at the scene of the accident. And, it just sounds like it's just a series of very unfortunate events.
Yeah. So now the family of the dead teacher is asking for the police and the courts and the officials to go easy or drop the charges, that it was a complete accident, that these kids are not at fault. It was all, and it sounds like this is a tradition kind of thing where this happens to teachers on a regular basis, and maybe that'll stop now, that someone's died because of it. But awful scene down there in the South with that dead teacher.
It goes completely wrong.
This is a story that you knew was gonna. I knew what the outcome was gonna be as soon as I saw it. When you pair up a strip club with an NBA team, it's just not gonna last. It's not gonna work out. Yeah.
Is this the Wings?
Magic City Monday with the Orlando Magic is not gonna happen. The NBA said, "Nah, dude, we can't be having that." Even though it's an iconic establishment in your community, even though we've got a funny little tie-in with the Lemon Pepper Wings, we cannot be seen associating with strip clubs and women being naked and the possible sex trafficking and all that other crap. But Lou Cornett, along with other former and current NBA players, vocal opponents to the Hawks, planned game night collaboration with a local strip club, Magic City, celebrating the iconic cultural institution. I misspoke. I thought it was the Magic. I meant the Hawks. The NBA is in agreement. The league announced yesterday that the Atlanta Hawks will not be moving forward with their planned Magic City Monday promotion scheduled for March 16th against the Orlando Magic. That was where I got the Magic from. NBA made the announcement that the league decided to cancel the promotion in a news release. Said, when we became aware of the Hawks' scheduled promotion, we reached out to the Hawks leadership to better understand their plans and rationale. While we appreciate the team's perspective and their desire to move forward, we have heard significant concern from a broad array of league stakeholders, including fans, partners, and employees. So, yeah, they want nothing to do with a strip club and lemon pepper wings and a really cool-looking hoodie. They'll have cheerleaders out there with their butts hanging out and doing all sorts of sexual gyrations on the court and whatever, and that's fine and dandy, but don't you dare team up with a strip club.
You've got a million other options for promotional nights.
I know.
Don't go forward with this one, right? Like, whoever was thinking about the
fun police have ruined the opportunity for a really nice tie-in.
Try a different promotional night.
And sad news out of the world of rock and roll is Tommy DiCarlo, singer who made the leap from fan to touring lead vocalist for the rock band Boston, died at the age of 60. He died on the same day that the original lead singer, Brad Delp, took his own life. Now, we talked about this yesterday during our dates and birthdays. Mm-hmm. Brad Delp in 2005, I want to say, took his own life. And on the very same day, here we are all these years later, the new lead singer, Tommy DiCarlo, passed away. They say it's with heavy hearts that we share the passing of our dad, Tommy DiCarlo, on Monday, March 9th. After being diagnosed with brain cancer last September, he fought with incredible strength and courage right up to the very end. But yeah, Tommy DiCarlo no longer with us.
And that was just a crazy story. I mean, he had no onstage experience. He basically had a video of himself singing that was just on the internet, right. and they saw it on like some random, found this guy singing. He was a manager at Home Depot. Yeah. He'd never been in a band. He'd never been like on stage and then they were like, "Hey, you want to come sing with Boss?" It's sure.
Crazy. Yeah. And lived his dream as the lead singer of the band Boston for a number of years.
Brain cancer at 60.
And brain cancer at the age of 60 got him. He's now dead. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get to sports in a couple of minutes. Right now, Lydia.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
The Milwaukee Bucks are at home tonight, 7 o'clock against the Phoenix Suns.
Maybe the Deer District will help, huh?
Maybe. I mean, they've been there for a while. They just, I don't know what
the struggle is real for them this year.
Aaron Judge hit a 2-run ding-dong. Roman Anthony added a 3-run blast in the big third inning to help the U.S. to a 5-3 win over Mexico last night in the World Baseball Classic.
2-2. Ground ball up the middle. Terrain stabs it, throws. Game over. U.S. hangs on 5-3 and stays perfect in the 26 WBC.
Okay, I got questions. So is this like the ice thing? The hockey where all the countries play against each other? Is this kind of...
You're talking about the four nations?
Yeah, is this... I don't understand.
There's a lot more than four nations. It's, there's Italy, there's Great Britain, there's Brazil, there's Mexico, there's the U.S. I mean, the list goes on and on.
But this is always played before the actual baseball season starts?
It hasn't always been played. It's been around for a while, but it isn't every single year. So the World Baseball Classic is happening right now, and the U.S. has improved to 3-0. We'll meet Italy tonight, seeking a chance to secure a spot in the quarterfinals, which take place in Houston this weekend. So if the U.S. can beat Italy tonight, then they will move on to the quarterfinals in Houston this weekend. Big Ten tournament starts tonight with Oregon at Maryland. That's a 4 p.m. tip on Peacock. This is the men's basketball, by the way. That is then followed by Northwestern versus Penn State at 6:30. Also on Peacock, Badgers will play the winner of tomorrow's game between Washington and USC. Badgers and the winner of that will be on Thursday at 1:30 on the Big Ten Network. Badger men's hockey will take on Ohio State tomorrow night at 7 on Big Ten Plus in the quarterfinals of the Big Ten tournament. The winner moves on to face number 1 Michigan State. The women also, the women's hockey team, they finally figured out where they're going to be. They're making their 13th straight NCAA tournament appearance next weekend in Madison as UW earned the number 2 seed in the 2026 NCAA Women's Ice Hockey Tournament. Wisconsin will host Quinnipiac and Franklin Pierce on Thursday. That'll be hosted, meaning that the game is at the Kohl Center, not that Wisconsin's playing both teams.
Well, where they play.
That'll be on Thursday at 7 p.m. Before the winner of that game will then move on to take on the Badgers on Saturday. So the Badger women's hockey team is off till Saturday. They'll play either Quinnipiac or Franklin Pierce, but they're number 2 seed in the women's hockey Big Ten tournament. Elsewhere, NFL free agency, the legal tampering portion of NFL free agency began yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
This is basically where the teams can announce the deals, but they can't sign the deals, which, I don't know, whatever. It's just the pessimist and the negativity in me that thinks this is all just dumb. Good for them. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone loves it, but it's just...
Right. You can take the reservation, but can you hold the reservation? Are any of the players making moves after these announcements? Or
some of them, but like... The funny part of it all is the NFL wants, or at least at one point, wanted you to believe that the teams weren't coming up with these deals until after the new league year began, which is March 11th.
And you and I know that these have been going on.
And they're doing it all for months and months and months and months, and they got everything on paper. They're just waiting to sign it. And so it's this fake ruse that they try to pull over your eyes. It's
like
just
all these
dumb
deals are just hot and happening fresh.
Like all of a sudden, hey, you want to come here for okay, sure, okay, all right, put it on the board.
Right.
That's not how it works. And it's just, I don't know, I find it to be stupid and childish, and it's just like, just do away with whatever the stupid tampering thing and all this crap is. Just say, look, it's open season, man. It's open season, and we're doing it.
When you have a deal inked, just announce it.
Here's a wild one. Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III agreeing to sign with the Chiefs. He just won the Super Bowl with the Seahawks, and he was the Super Bowl MVP, and now he's going to another team. He's getting a 3-year, fully guaranteed $43.05 million with 28.7 of it fully guaranteed. That's pretty good. Obviously, the Packers have made some moves. Yesterday, they are getting rid of Malik Willis. Revived his career with the Packers. He reached an agreement with the Dolphins. Earlier yesterday, the Dolphins released Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback. He's going to sign with the Falcons for a 1-year deal because what's-his-nuts is leaving, Kirk Cousins. Packers also releasing their offensive lineman Elgin Jenkins. They made a slew of other moves yesterday, or at least announced some moves that they're going to make. But, boy, oh boy, the NFL free agency off and running. You got guys going all over the place. The Raiders are loading up. They got some top-tier talent. My Patriots didn't do diddly-poo. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, I saw this morning. It was like, holy cow. That was, it overpopulated the breaking news, that's for sure.
Tampering. The legal tampering portion of free agency. The new league year starts tomorrow, by the way, March 11th. That's when all these deals and everything can get signed, and players got to pass their physicals and all that crap. Everything then becomes official. We're going to hear from a Rockfest artist in a couple of minutes who was actually in La Crosse, I think 2 years ago, and was an amazing performer. Had never seen him before. Incredible guitarist, leather pants. And he's playing at Rockfest this summer. We'll hear from him next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Wake up, sleepyhead.
Hey, wake up!
Why would anyone want to wake up early?
I'm so sleepy.
Sleep well?
Not as well as you. I really need a nap.
Go back to bed.
Are you serious?
You can do that?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Today is National Napping Day.
It's National Napping Day.
It is one of my favorite days, National Napping Day.
Nap time.
But first, it's showtime.
National Napping Day. Hell yeah. It's got my name written all over it.
Yeah, that's in place because of the time change, right? That's why it's National Napping Day. It happens right after the spring ahead, and you've lost that hour. Catch some Z's ideal nap about I know you're going to, don't get mad about this, okay? I'm just
20
telling
minutes,
you.
right?
10 to 20 minutes.
Oh, my God. That's not even a nap. You can't even fall asleep.
That is what they say. It's numerous studies have shown the 10 to 20-minute naps are the most effective. They're midday when that fatigue hits. It improves your alertness, productivity, and mood with a 10 to 20-minute snooze after we sprang ahead for saving daylight savings time.
National Napping Day, National Pack Your Lunch Day, International Bagpipe Day.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. Because they're hard to play, you know. I mean, that's a very challenging instrument. Yeah.
Harriet Tubman Day, and it's also Mario Day because it's March 10th. MAR10, Mario Day.
And you think of Scottish when you think of bagpipes?
English, right?
Scottish, Ireland, that kind of, I mean, that's the kilt and the whole thing, right? But they're worldwide. They're Europe and North Africa, and there's a whole bunch of different kinds of bagpipes.
National Napping Day. I'm looking forward to taking a nap this afternoon. Can't
10
wait.
10 to 20 minutes, Brian.
I wouldn't even bother. That's a waste of time to only fall asleep for 10 to 20 minutes.
Close your eyes.
No. I'm going to fall asleep, and I'll wake up when I wake up. Maybe an hour and a half, somewhere around there, fully recharge. 10 minutes. Like
10
I wasn't
to 20
even.
minutes is a nap.
How do you even know you were
That's
asleep?
like half a night's sleep.
How do you even know you were asleep?
Oh, you know.
10 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
No. Coast to Coast Tuesday is on NBC tonight. 2 NBA games back-to-back. The first one is the Spurs hosting the Celtics. That's a 7 p.m. tip. And then the Lakers hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves. That game tips off at about 10 p.m. on NBC. Coast to Coast Tuesdays on NBC. Also on television tonight, the streaming premiere of Fukushima, a nuclear nightmare. This is on HBO Max, a documentary about Japan's attempt to avert the world's worst nuclear meltdown after that 9.0 earthquake, along with the tsunami hit back in March of 2011.
One of the biggest earthquakes ever recorded has hit Japan. It triggered a tsunami, washing away everything in its path.
It felt like the end of the world. I didn't know they were going to be headed for a meltdown in less than 24 hours.
The country was in complete chaos, and they have the situation at the Fukushima nuclear power plant.
Yeah, Fukushima, a nuclear nightmare documentary series premiering on HBO Max.
HBO Max, all right. That's my alley is watching something
Stuff
like that.
Disaster porn, yeah. Second season premiere of the live-action One Piece on Netflix. You've also got a new stand-up special on Netflix today from Derek Stroop called Nostalgic.
I think the main problem with these kids these days, they've never rode in the back of a car on an 8-hour family trip with no electronics. Just looking out the window going, if we play I Spy again, I'm going to kill myself. I was a bus rider growing up. I think that helped mold who I am today. That's because the bus was the internet before the internet ever existed. It was Google on wheels, and the further you went on the back of that bus, the deeper in the internet you got. I feel like we should bring back cigarettes. And I know there's somebody in this crowd right now going, I can't believe he's doing a pro-cigarette bit. I'm probably talking to you, Carol. You're on box wine and Xanax. You could use a camel in a long walk worse than any of us.
Derek Stroop, a Nostalgic, new stand-up special on Netflix today. You've also got new episodes of Will Trent, Best Medicine, and NCIS. New episodes of High Potential Doc and NCIS Origins, plus new episodes of RJ Decker and NCIS Sydney. How many NCISs do we need? Late night shows are all new. Viola Davis, Gabriel Iglesias, Joe Coy, and Bleachers are going to be on with Jimmy Fallon. Harrison Ford on Solo, along with Sarah Chalk on with Kimmel tonight. Harrison Ford just got a Lifetime Achievement Award, I think, right? Michelle Pfeiffer and Dave Matthews on with Colbert. And Seth Meyers has got Nicole Wallace, Rebecca Ferguson, and Frank Alvarez as his guests this evening. New release Tuesday, there's only one thing coming out, and that is Season 4 of Resident Alien. The full season on DVD if you want to grab that. And not quite sure if you saw this, but apparently Arnold and Stallone are not done with a couple of their more well-known franchises. Arnold says development is now underway on sequels to 3 of his classic movies, Predator, Conan.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, to hear the lamentation of the women.
And Commando.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's what made you did.
I lied.
Yeah. Arnold says, they don't write them like I'm 40 years old. You write it to be age appropriate. I'll still go in there and kick some ass, but it will be different.
So they're just going to be another version of these classic movies he's
Well, look,
made?
they've been making Predator movies since Arnold did the first one. They've got one just came out. I watched it the other day. It wasn't too bad, actually. But so the Predator series has been rolling on, but it sounds like they're going to bring him back. He obviously lived at the end of the first one, was on the helicopter. They reference him in a couple of the other Predator films.
So, hi, I'm back.
So not sure if they bring him in as an expert or something like that. Also, Conan, I don't know exactly. Is he
How is he going to do that?
Older and the king now? And then Commando, it was sort of a one-off movie. It wasn't like a series. And so apparently they're going to do that. And Sly Stallone, has now signed on as an executive producer of John Rambo, which is a prequel to his first Rambo movie, First Blood, which came out in 1982.
So he's going to be like behind the scenes, more of a behind the camera executive director, not like starring in it.
It'll star a guy named Noah Centineo as John Rambo. Sly says, Rambo has been a part of my life for a very long time.
Yeah.
A character built on resilience, survival, and the scars of war. He's meant a lot to me and audiences around the world for decades.
Survive a war.
You gotta
become war.
Yeah. So we're getting apparently sequels to Predator, Conan, Commando, and Rambo that involve Sly Stallone and Arnold, respectively. That new Predator wasn't bad.
Well, good for them.
Did you see it?
I
Predator
did
Badlands?
not.
The one on the different planet with the cyborg with half her body missing? No?
Pretty good?
Yeah. You know what I watched yesterday, actually? War Machine. Dude, it was good.
You liked it?
It was good. Like, real good. Like, I want to see another one. It was that good.
Huh. Okay.
I was, look, it's exactly what you expect, right? There's nothing in there that's going to swerve you or throw you for a loop.
I read before we didn't watch it, it's extremely predictable. Like, unbelievably predictable.
Oh, no doubt. Which is fine. I'm here for the tropes. But
and
it wasn't
the big robot thing.
It wasn't cheesy, in my opinion. I didn't find it cheesy. I thought it was, the action scenes were well done. There was only one scene that was a little bit unbelievable, let's be honest with you. But it is an action movie, so you have to suspend reality. Yeah. And it is an alien coming to, America. Anyways, but I watched it yesterday. I thought it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, it wouldn't be in the top 10 movies streaming right now if
it's
it wasn't.
number one on Netflix.
Yeah,
number one. No big surprise there, but so I don't know if you're making plans to watch it, but you should. It was good. If you're looking for something on a Friday night that's sort of check out and
love that.
Don't need to overthink anything, then that's right up your alley. War Machine. It's got the guy from Reacher on there,
and a big transformer alien thing.
Yeah,
I saw coming across the river.
Dennis Quaid is like a military dude, and he's trying to get into the Army Rangers, and then they go on this final training mission, and they don't have live ammunition, and then all of a sudden the aliens come, and they got to figure out how to survive without any sort of guns or bombs or
just with their muscles and brawn and brains.
He's got plenty of it.
And I saw.
The only thing I thought was he never took his shirt off once he was he was kicking ass. He didn't. I thought for sure the muscles would come. At some point, the shirt would burn off or something.
Training, yeah.
Yeah, but no, there wasn't any of that. Anyways, War Machine, 2 thumbs up from yours truly.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Karen of the day coming up in a bit. National Ranch Day. We'll get into that.
Ooh.
Grant Bilse of the Wisco Sports Show going to join us in about an hour and 10 minutes. And we'll get to Bad News, Happy Music later on as well. 61-year-old dad goes by the name of Jim Gogan, Gogan. And apparently he's always had trouble seeing reds and greens.
Oh, is this a color, the glasses?
Yes.
Oh.
Breaking down dad tears, man. Dad tears. When he finally was able to see in color for the first time after getting a special gift at Christmas from his kids. Jim Gogan always had trouble seeing reds and greens. When he joined the Air Force, wasn't able to become a pilot because he couldn't read the radar screens.
I suppose.
What do you want to be when you grow up? Pilot. Well, sorry, kid, you can't. What do you mean I can't? For years, apparently, his family talked about gifting him a pair of special colorblind glasses. But this December, his son Kyle was finally able to make that a reality thanks to a bonus from his employer. These are obviously not cheap glasses.
No, they are not.
And my guess is they're not covered by medical insurance.
Why would they be?
A video shared by the family shows Jim in absolute tears after seeing colors for the first time in his life. Kyle says he's never been able to tell color. He'll say things like, grab my blue shirt, and it's green. Before giving him the glasses, Kyle had printed out colorblind tests for the whole family to take, and Jim got almost every single one of the questions wrong.
Oh, you're really bad at this, Dad.
Then
you're
Kyle
really bad at this.
handed him the glasses, and the results were absolutely immediate.
How does it look, Dad?
How does the Christmas tree look?
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
That's 84. Mm-hmm. 6. Mm-hmm. That looks like an 8. Yeah.
Yeah, Jim, the dad, very emotional. Crazy, right? After he got himself put back together, Jim retook the test, and this time he got every answer correct.
Did he really?
He was very delighted about the color red. He said he kept commenting on how beautiful the bricks on his houses were, that he saw, because he wasn't able to tell
right,
the
just
colors.
Looks like a muted something.
Next day, the family took Jim on a drive to enjoy the outdoors in all of its colorful glory. Amazed at how green the trees were, how blue the sky was, all that stuff.
Everything's so crisp, you know what I mean?
61 years old, and he hadn't seen real good color his entire life until
that
now.
water is beautiful, right? Like the color of the water, the sky. Honey, I love what you've done inside this house, too, right?
Doesn't need to wear the glasses to be able to see, just in order to see in color. And he's seeing the green even better playing golf in them every chance he gets, because he's now able to tell the difference.
So he wears them when he's playing.
Well, yeah. You can. Well, if you've ever played, you know the difference between the green and the fairway and all that stuff. It changes. It's different shades of green. So when you're colorblind, I can only imagine how
it's just one big sea of gray.
Yeah. And elsewhere, this is, I believe, in Virginia. A dog is being hailed as a hero after saving a woman from severe hypothermia.
Gozer started barking wildly, and the bark was a different bark in that it had a little bit of a cry to it. It was a woman in a white robe, and she was barely moving. The woman had Alzheimer's and was known to try to walk out of the house in the middle of the night. If you see something out there that doesn't look right, don't ignore it. I think that's the moral of this story.
The woman had been outside for hours in 15-degree weather in Ashland, Virginia. And that's when Dan and his dog Gozer were out for a walk. And the dog started to alert Dan that something was going on. So that was a rough morning. That was 15 degrees. If she wasn't standing by the door looking out the window, I probably wouldn't have gone. But she really doesn't care how cold it is. That she, of course, is his dog Gozer, loyal walking partner, never misses out on her daily stroll no matter what the weather is. Even when it's 15 degrees, Gozer wanted to go for a walk. And about 20 minutes into the walk, Gozer started barking. As you heard him say there, it was a little bit different. There was a bit of a cry, tried to pull her. She resisted. Thought it looked like a pile of snow. But then it moved, and it was actually a woman in a white robe. Barely moving, struggling. He called 911 immediately. Later learned the woman lived next door to where she was found. Had been outside in the freezing temperatures for 3 hours. Body temperature was below 78 degrees. A level classified as hypothermic.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Critical medical emergency.
Very much time left on that.
She had Alzheimer's, was known to try to walk out of the house in the middle of the night. She was able to get to the hospital and then released just a few days later, but the dog, Gozer, knew something was up and alerted the owner, and he was able to call 911, and a situation that could have turned out really bad actually turned out really good. So hey, hopefully the family or whatever, I don't know what the woman's living situation, obviously, but something happens there where she can't get out of the house in the middle of the night.
Yeah, some sort of alarm or locks or something. Right place, right time.
Right?
Right dog.
Gozer. Extra treats for Gozer and belly rubs. Karen of the day coming up next. We'll see what Karen has to say in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Karen.
You what? Why did you do that? Why did you do that, Karen?
She's alarming but disarming and a really very charming modern girl.
Karen.
Ooh, Karen of the day.
Where did it happen? Was this a shopping? Was this a store, retail experience of some sort?
They're so mad. They have so much rage built up inside of them that they have to make it everybody else's problem. They have to let everybody else know that they have an issue. They need to speak to a manager of some sort, someone in charge.
Deli, restaurant, coffee shop.
Nope.
Okay, and wasn't retail, wasn't a shopping experience. I was next in line.
Nope.
Hey, how about me?
What is this Karen upset about, Gene? What is she mad about? Why is this Karen so enraged?
Someone get off my lawn. Somebody's on her lawn. I would like to.
Oh, the boys fishing in the retention
get
pond.
Out of my. No, get off my lawn.
No, it's not that situation. Gene.
Okay, all right.
What is this Karen upset about?
Is it traffic? Is it somebody driving? You're
getting warmer.
Took my parking spots?
You're getting warmer. No, now you're getting colder.
Okay,
you're thinking about movement. Think about movement. What else?
I'm running.
What makes people irate? Where would people be very mad? Where would they?
Everywhere, Brian. Yeah. They're going to be everywhere.
What
mad.
Situation in particular? Where are you when you get really like when a bunch of strangers in a tube up in the air?
I was going to say that, but that seems so obvious.
Yeah,
Is it a plane?
Yeah, we're talking about a plane situation, and not necessarily the plane. We actually had this story last week about headphones. So airlines are starting to clamp down on people who play their phones really loud or have loud conversations while they're on the flight. They're requiring passengers to wear headphones. They provide them for free for a lot of people. And they can kick you off the flight if you don't comply and maybe ban you from flying their airline ever again. And that's what's going on with this lady who, according to another passenger on the plane, she was drunk at the time, but she went into a full-on rage about having to turn her phone down because she was listening to something at full volume and disrupting all the rest of the passengers. And, of course, they threatened to call the airport cops, hadn't left the flight or hadn't left the ground yet, and that's exactly what happened.
I paid money for it, and I played a video for 30 seconds at 50% sound. That sounds like a damn problem. What the actual... I stopped after the second warning. I stopped it. Hey, is this not a free speech, America? And I not express my feelings. Thank you for reporting me. I played a video for 30 seconds.
Thank you, officer.
Oh, I love that. There may not be anything that could bring us back together again as a country than when we're on a plane and we see someone that's disrupting the plane getting kicked off. We all love it. We all love it. We're all here for it. We may disagree on everything else. We may not like the same mayonnaise. We may not like the same candidates. We may not like anything else. We may not agree on anything at all.
But if you're
on a plane and some psycho bitch is going crazy and they get dragged off the plane, or some dude's yelling obscenities and going nuts and
he gets chair in front of him,
he gets dragged off. Everybody's on the same team, man.
Please,
hell yeah.
Let's go. We got to get this
that guy's ass off the plane.
Let's get up in the air.
Jeffrey. Yes, we all are in agreement on this one. I think we 100%. If you could be a candidate for political office and you could somehow harness that power, you could win. I don't know what that takes, but anyways, American Airlines passenger, as you heard, an expletive-ridden tirade kicked off a flight for allegedly playing a cell phone video way too loud, swearing at the cabin crew before she got brought off the plane by the cops. She said, I played a video for 30 effing seconds at 50% sound, and that's the effing reason you're kicking me off. She was described as being drunk by another person on the plane. This was a Tampa-bound plane. Hadn't even left the gate yet at the Miami airport. So this is a short hop, skip, and a jump, like a 30-minute flight. And you can't hold it down for 30 minutes?
And how many drinks at $27 a pop were you having at the airport?
What in the actual F? Went on to claim that she stopped after the second warning. They obviously came around and said, hey, listen.
Please turn that down.
We've got these new rules. You can't be blasting your phone at full volume in the cabin when other people are here. It's a disruptive activity, and we're not going to have it. We can offer you some free headphones. If you do it again, then we're going to have to call somebody.
So first time they had a conversation, all was well, and then second time they had to come back.
And then you hear the genius at work. Listen, is this not free speech America? Are we being a-holes to literally everybody? How do these people
half-hour
get
flight,
through an entire day? It sounds like she can't think for herself. Is this not free speech America?
Well, she was drunk, I think, right? Doesn't her person next to her say that? So,
but yeah, she got taken off the flight, obviously, wagging her finger at other passengers, thanking them for videotaping her, loud clapping at the end, as you heard. Meanwhile, United bosses updating the company's contract of carriage, mandating that all passengers wear headphones while using their cell phones to listen to music or watch videos. Flyers who refuse to comply are not only risking being removed from the plane, but also could see themselves permanently banned.
Yeah, sure.
From using United in the future. And that's what might happen with this Karen of the day. Having a meltdown about blasting her stupid phone. Got to figure out how to harness that power. Got to figure it out. Don't know what it's going to take. But, man, we are all just on the same
Nobody
team.
wants a delay like that for somebody
We're all
that
wearing
can't
the
get it
same
together.
jersey. We're all going in the
Get
same
outta here.
direction. We're all, yes, we love it. Get that thing off the plane.
You are a problem, and nobody wants you here.
We'll get to sports in a bit. National Ranch Day. We're going to talk about ranch dressing.
Okay.
In about 20 minutes. And Grant Bilse will join us in about an hour, courtesy of the Wisco Sports Show. Heard all around the state of Wisconsin. Not to mention bad news, happy music. And if you want to be a part of the program, rockmornings.com for all of our contact info.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
The Milwaukee Bucks at home tonight, taking on the Phoenix Suns. That's a 7 p.m. tip. World Baseball Classic last night, USA over Mexico. 5-3. U.S. undefeated in World Baseball Classic play. They're 3-0. They're going to take on Italy tonight. Italy's 2-0. And if they win, they'll move on to the quarterfinals in Houston this weekend. USA Day. Big Ten tournament. Men's basketball starting tonight. You've got Oregon, Maryland, 4 o'clock on Peacock, followed by Northwestern and Penn State at 6:30. Tomorrow, Washington versus USC. The winner of that game will move on to face the Badgers on Thursday at 1:30 on the Big Ten Network. The Big Ten hockey tournament for the men's team starts tomorrow night. Wisconsin Badgers will take on Ohio State tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on the
Very
Big
exciting.
Ten Plus Network. And the women's hockey team doesn't play till Saturday. Dallas Cowboys, significant move ahead of the kickoff to the 2-day negotiating period, acquiring edge rusher Rashawn Gary from the Green Bay Packers. Dallas going to send Packers a 4th-round draft pick in 2027. The Packers, of course, moving on from Malik Willis. He's going to Miami to be a member of the Dolphins. Dolphins released their quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, yesterday. He intends to sign with the Falcons. Travis Kelce coming back for season 14. Informed the Chiefs that he's returning for one more year. At least one more year.
Okay, that was
got a wedding to pay
big
for.
news.
Got a wedding to pay for.
Wasn't sure what was happening with that.
Yeah, he's got a wedding coming up. And Francis Ngannou, the former UFC heavyweight champ, is set to make his MMA return on May 16th, fighting in the 5-round co-main event of MVP's historic Ronda Rousey-Gina Carano event on Netflix. So they announced the Rousey-Carano fight about a week and a half ago. Didn't have anybody else on the card yet, and now we've got Francis Ngannou. His first MMA bout since October of 2024 will be against Philippe Lins, a 40-year-old former PFL heavyweight tournament champion and UFC veteran who's been out of action since he exited the UFC on a 4-fight win streak back in March of 2024. So a couple of guys who haven't fought in a couple of years getting on that Ronda Rousey-Gina Carano Netflix event on May 16th.
Yeah, they're no dummies, right?
Trying to round out that card, see who else is going to be on there.
So we talked last week about the fair food that's going to be available new at American Family Field for the Brewer season.
Yes.
The deep fried Kringle, we talked about that.
Yes.
The cream puffs, although the nachos on a stick, we talked about that. But apparently there's some new chicken sandwiches. We talked about that sticky the barbecue chicken sandwich. But also, did you hear about the
maple one or something, right? Wasn't it?
Chicken ice cream?
No.
So it's
Is this like the thing that Dairy Queen's doing with the Taijin, where they've got the Taijin chicken strips and it's so spicy they give you a Frosty to dip it in?
No, but I like where your head's at.
I'm not a fan of spicy food, so that one can go.
This is like a sweet chocolate core, and then it's surrounded by butterscotch and caramelized cornflakes. So it looks like a chicken drumstick, I guess is what I'm saying to you, but it's actually ice cream. So it's like, it looks like you're getting a drumstick in a basket, but it's actually chicken ice cream. A sweet chocolate core surrounded by butterscotch and caramelized corn flakes, so it looks like it's a piece of chicken.
All right. Like I said, if they've got that 3-foot box of nachos...
You're doing that?
I'm doing that again this year. Wife and I thoroughly enjoyed that last year with her dad when we went to a game.
Yeah, the sticky maple chicken sandwich, that's what you're talking about, right? Yeah.
That's what I thought you said.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds delicious. I'm all for that. New food items can't go wrong. Our opening day bus trips are all sold out.
That's in what, 2 weeks from Thursday?
2 weeks from Thursday.
Man.
March 26th is opening day. Major League Baseball opening day. All the teams are playing. Brewers will be at home against the White Sox. Our bus trips from La Crosse and Eau Claire both selling out.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, we will have more bus trips throughout the season, so keep your eye on WiscoTrips.com if you want to head to Miller Park and see the Brew Crew take on a number of different opponents. A lot of those bus trips, by the way, are on those decks that come with extra food and beverages, so that's always a really
good plus.
Really good value. Ranch Dressing Day, National Ranch Day, so we'll get to some info about ranch dressing, and we'll do that next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
As I was walking down the supermarket aisle, I noticed something strange that took me a little while, until I realized there's a seasoning that's never out of style. There must be 50 ways to use ranch dressing. Just stick it in your mouth, Ralph. Lick it off your hand, Stan. Put it on your wings, Steve. Save a little for me. Put it on your French fries. You don't need no alibis if you put it on your girlfriend for a midnight treat.
National Ranch Day. Along with Harriet Tubman Day, International Bagpipe Day, National Napping Day, National Pack Your Lunch Day, and also Mario Day, March 10th, M-A-R-I-O, Mario.
Do you dip your pizza in ranch?
Occasionally, not every time. My wife has gone from dipping to just squirting it on the pizza.
Oh, it's the topping now?
Yes. She's no longer trying to scoop it off the plate. She's just, we'll just go full villain and throw it right on top of the pizza. So
I just drank 24 ounces of ranch dressing. I mean, I've seen people pour about that much on their salads, so what's the difference? I don't feel sick at all. It's ranch dressing.
Americans consume 100 million bottles of ranch dressing annually, which is about $1.7 billion worth of ranch. The average person consumes ranch 15 times a year.
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Hidden Valley Ranch.
That seems low. 15 times a year? That's the only time.
Well,
once a month?
Are they counting if it's in something? Like if you're putting it in like the spicy chicken buffalo dip, right? It goes into the dip. So then, but if I'm having it on its own.
It doesn't. They don't really explain where they come up with that number, but that's a little more than once a month that you're consuming ranch dressing, which seems awfully low.
It does.
Whether you're dipping your fries in it or your chicken in it,
kind of anything deep fried.
It's on a salad.
Pickles.
It feels like ranch. It feels like ranch dressing is also
jalapeno poppers.
Less about dressing now and dipping, right? It's no longer
wings. I mean, think about the wings and how much ranch goes with wings. For gosh sakes!
Americans recently surveyed on their favorite condiments were given more than 20 of them to rate and rank.
Can you garlic ranch blast me now?
Can you garlic ranch blast me now? 30% of people say they love ranch dressing. 35% of people say they like it. 18% of people in this survey say they don't have an opinion any way, shape, or form. 7% dislike it. 8% of people hate ranch dressing.
There's a Hidden Valley Ranch party in my mouth.
We have a former coworker who couldn't stand ranch dressing.
Now, there's also, besides the delicious bottle of ranch dressing, there's also the packet mixes that you can use to make all sorts of casseroles
Chicken dishes
and stuff.
and casseroles and all that
add to
stuff.
all sorts of things.
60% of people in a survey say they usually have ranch in stock at their home. Another 7% would rank it as their favorite condiment, even more than ketchup or peanut butter. I wouldn't really put peanut butter in a condiment category.
Me either.
You know how some people carry special condiments with them wherever they go?
A ranch packet in your purse.
Ranch is one of those things, man.
Hidden Valley Ranch party in my mouth.
Little tiny to-go bottles that go in your
16%
purse.
of the people who do that say they carry their own ranch, whether it's in their purse, their bag, their backpack, in their car, or in an office drawer.
I love your product,
I get that,
man. I
man.
love your product.
Yeah, love
your
your
office
product.
refrigerator, not necessarily your car. I would think that at some point that
That would go bad, or the hot and cold back and
I would
forth.
think
It
so.
wouldn't. I mean, maybe the spice packet, I guess, if you're just going to salt some fries with it or whatever. But I certainly wouldn't leave like a. I feel that way about the creamers that you don't have to refrigerate. You know, you go to the
and you're like, what is that?
hotel and they got the thing of them out, and you're just like,
Are these out all the time? They are out all the time.
It's Jacktastic. Hidden Valley Ranch, obviously numero uno. National Ranch Day, probably some specials out there.
Would you put it on a sandwich?
What kind of sandwich?
Like instead of mayo or a hot dog or a brat or anything like that? No.
I look, ranch for me is not, I don't mind it. It's fine. I don't have an obsession with it like some people do. I will occasionally dip pizza in it.
Cheese curds. It's the deep fried things, I think.
Well, with
that
cheese
are the
curds,
best,
curds, I'm more of like I like cheese curds raw. You know what I mean? Like deep fried, battered,
but with no topping,
no dressing, no saucing. I'm fine with the cheese curd being plain. Pickle fries, fried pickles, like whether the chips or the spears. I certainly would like to dip those in a ranch. I don't really use it for salads. I don't eat a lot of wings. I don't really eat a lot of wings, so it's not something that I have on hand for wings.
That cash could really get me out of a couple of jams.
Yeah, it can get you out of a couple of jams. But ranch dressing day, where are you using your ranch?
Well, everywhere we just talked about, for sure with wings. I don't do pizza, but anything deep fried like that is delicious. I will like on a veggie tray if it's the dip, because oftentimes it is. You know what I mean? You go to a party or whatever, and it's the ranch dressing. I'm using that, and I'm not substituting mayonnaise but if I was in a pinch, I would. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't not consider it.
If you're at home and you're making a ham and cheese or whatever, and you don't have mayo, but you got mustard, you could certainly just go mustard. Or if you do have ranch, you could put a little ranch on it. But I'm not a substitute ranch for mayo kind of guy.
Hidden Valley Ranch not just for salads anymore.
I do use it for salads too. It's not my necessarily my number one, but it's up
honey
there.
mustard is kind of my go-to for my.
What's nice about ranch is if you're taking it places like you're having a bunch of people over or whatever. It's the one you can have that everybody pretty much can agree on. You don't have to have 7 different salad dressings. You can go with just ranch, and everybody's going to be fine.
Most people would be okay.
Yes.
Scott texted, boy, people have big feelings about ranch dressing.
Of course
start talking
they do.
about it, and all the lunatics
they
come out of the
sell
woodwork.
merch. You can wear it.
Scott texted in, said, I help lower the average. I don't remember the last time I used ranch, probably a couple of years ago. Ned says, I'm gagging listening to the ranch stories.
He hates
Hidden Valley
it.
Ranch party in my mouth.
I understand. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Chris said, ranch sucks ass, and I'm not sorry for saying that. Somebody else said, my daughter eats ranch and cheese sandwiches.
See? I don't
Dan
think there's anything
texted
wrong
in,
with
said,
that.
ranch dressing on a ham, salami, and Swiss cheese sandwich.
I could see it. I really can.
Somebody else said, I eat pizza multiple times a week. I despise ranch, but I carry crushed red peppers on with me in my purse, my car, and my work bag. That's Amy.
Amy
Amy's
likes
got a crushed red pepper thing.
problem, yeah. Well, maybe not problem. It's good on a pizza. I agree with her.
Brian said bacon ranch is the best. Again, it's fine. I don't have an affinity for it, but it's okay. I also apparently mispronounced tahine. So you were talking about Miller Park, and they got some kind of chicken ice cream thing.
Yes.
Well, Dairy Queen right now has been running ads for...
I haven't seen this.
It's some sort of chicken strip, and it's got tahini seasoning on it, and they give you a Frosty to dip it in. Is that Dairy Queen or is that Wendy's? Which one is that?
I guess I don't...
Somebody's doing it. I don't even know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyways, apparently I said Taijin. What the hell did I say?
I have no idea what you said.
And I got corrected by Amy, who sent me a pronunciation screen cap from her stupid Google. And then I got a text from Matt who said, tahine, Brian, tahine.
So is this the flamethrower? Is that what you're talking about? Chicken strip basket with soft serve?
Dude, first of all, I'm not trying it. It's too damn hot. Second of all, I'm going to pronounce it Taijin just to piss people off.
I don't even know what you're talking about. The one I see is a flamethrower chicken strip basket with soft serve ice cream as your dipping sauce. So
which one is that?
That's Dairy Queen.
DQ. All right. That's what. I thought it was DQ, but I couldn't remember. They don't do the Frosties. They just do the soft serve.
Yeah,
right.
I think. I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe they're both doing it. Who knows? Newest combo.
Paul said blue cheese dip over that ranch stuff any day with my wings.
Yeah, me too. But it's a hot second, though. If they don't have blue cheese or, a lot of places don't, yes, I'm doing that.
National Ranch Day. It's okay.
Like I said, it's versatile and most people like it. So it's and the dry packets can make all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Rockmornings.com for all of our contact info if you want to weigh in on the ranch dressing stuff.
Now I want mozzarella sticks and deep fried pickle spears.
My guts today are all a mess. I can't be eating anything.
Ooh.
I got to take I don't know what the
potato
hell.
skins with some ranch.
Nah.
Wings, poppers. Ugh.
I'm not a big potato skins guy.
French fries with some ranch.
Just tots. I like tots. Tots and ranch or cheese sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Good with that. Again, rockmornings.com to weigh in on the ranch dressing stuff, or if you want to weigh in on anything else. Grant Bilse is going to join us in about a half hour, 30 minutes from now. Host of the Wisco Sports Show. Here's the cult.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
8:15-ish on Tuesdays, we're joined by the one and only Grant Bilse, host of the Wisco Sports Show, which you can hear weekday afternoons from 4 until 6 on stations all across Wisconsin, like WKTY on La Crosse, Sports Talk 105.1, and now in the Appleton area, the Fox Valley area. Grant Bilse, how are you, sir?
I am well. It's a beautiful morning. Well, it's not as beautiful as yesterday, but it's still pretty darn nice. I got a nice little workout in this morning. And,
was it leg day again?
My favorite thing to do every week is to chat with you. No, Wednesday is leg day.
Wednesday is leg day. How are those legs? Are they getting swole?
Oh, I like to keep a slim figure. I don't like to put on I don't want to be, 230. I don't need to be a muscly man. I just, try not to get fat. And, and I'm also playing in my high school's alumni basketball tournament for the first time ever in about a month. So I got to, get in ship shape. I got to get my jump shot dialed back in, too.
Tell us about this. What was your position and what were your stats in high school that you would get invited back, or they just don't have enough people?
Oh, I never played basketball in high school.
Oh.
They just need people. And I'm tall and can run up and down the floor.
So is there
I'm a great hang.
Is there a reunion or something, or is this just like an annual tradition of your small town school network, or what's going on? I don't get it.
Well, first of all, my hometown is not, it's no La Crosse, but it's not
tiny.
Berry Mills. I mean, we have a high school and a stoplight and everything. Our graduating class is like 300 people. So.
Okay, all right.
No, I think a lot of high schools do that. Does La Crosse Central not do that?
They probably
not do a
do.
yearly alumni tournament?
I'm just not aware of it, so. Okay. Well, that'll be fun.
Well, it will be fun. So I got to get in shape. I've been working on my jump cuts a little bit, triple threat, bounce passes, that sort of thing. I'm not going to do a whole lot of shooting, so I'm working on the other parts of my game.
Grant, today is National Ranch Day. Give me your breakdown of ranch dressing. How do you feel about it? Are you a ranch proponent? Are you obsessed with it? Do you bring it with you wherever you go, or do you hate it?
Well, I don't hate it. Wasn't it Decker who hated ranch dressing so much?
Yes.
Was that this?
Speaking of Appleton, yeah, he would get actually physically ill. He would gag at the sight or smell of it.
So we had a lot of it around.
We had a lot of jokes, a lot of pranks.
No, I think ranch is delicious on most things. I can't think of a limit. I'm not going to carry it around, and I'm not going to make it my personality. But first of all, here, my ranch take is really a blue cheese take. And that is blue cheese is one of the most reprehensible things we've created as a human race.
Man.
And ranch is so far superior to blue cheese. It's not even funny.
I get how people don't like that. I understand people not liking that way more than I understand them not liking ranch because it seems so, just innocuous.
Look,
just
it's
ranch.
very divisive. It's got a very pungent flavor, unlike ranch, which is sort of
blue
middle of the road.
cheese, of course, yes.
Yeah, it tastes like mold and bacteria because that's what it is.
Yes.
But also, I'm just a little biased. Like, I don't like any stinky cheeses. I'm out on feta. I'm out on blue cheese. I'm out on Lindbergh. Anything that has even a little... Ugh.
Well, you're really eliminating a large swath of cheeses there for a guy who claims to be from Wisconsin.
You like yours
really only like 5 or 6, not that many.
Sliced
I like
and individually wrapped. Is that your cheese of choice?
Singles, he's Kraft Singles man.
I mean, don't treat me like a... Not liking blue cheese doesn't make me a 6-year-old. I just don't like cheese that tastes like it's been in a garbage bag. That's all. I mean,
Swiss? Do you do a Swiss?
Bar. Nope, don't like Swiss.
What about a pecorino?
Tastes sour.
Nice little pecorino. Do you do a pecorino?
Pecorino.
Gouda.
On
what about a
pasta,
Gouda? Goudas can be put pungent. Gouda can have a real strong
Gouda is
flavor.
delicious. Smoked Gouda. Gouda of any kind. I'm in on Gouda.
All right, he's in on that. All right. Got it.
Provolone I'm out on. Not that it tastes that bad, but it doesn't taste good. It doesn't have a taste except for a little bit of there's a little sourness there, so I'm out on provolone.
Grant, let's get into the Badgers. We've got a lot of Big Ten tournament stuff to talk about. Obviously, they finished the season very strong with that big win at Purdue. They'll move on to the Big Ten tournament, which starts today, actually, with a couple of games. The Badgers don't play till Thursday. They'll take on the winner of the Washington USC game. Do you think the Badgers are going to win the Big Ten tournament, or are they going to get upended by somebody along the way?
I don't think they're going to win it because I don't think Nolan Winter at any point is going to play in it. I could see them upsetting one really good team because we've seen it, right? We've seen them win at Michigan, at Illinois, at Purdue on Saturday, and they beat Michigan State. Now, that was at home, but still, they beat Michigan State, who was a top 10 team at the time. I'm not sure where they are right now. So I know they can do it once. Seeing them do it twice, especially without Nolan Winter, that's a little bit tougher to see. But when they shoot the ball and when Nick Boyd and Blackwell have it going, they can beat anybody once. I expect them to win a couple of games, but winning the entire thing this is a gauntlet at the top of the Big Ten this year, and I'm not sure they have it, especially without Nolan Winter.
Then, of course, we've got Selection Sunday next weekend, and the tournament beginning with the first 4 a couple of days later. Were we still looking at a 6-7 for the Badgers in a ranking, or are we talking maybe a 4-5 with a much better record and several wins against ranked opponents?
I think a 6 or a 7, 6-7, possibly. That's kind of been the book all along. That was the book going into the Purdue win. And I don't think that Purdue win and an elite run in the Big Ten tournament, like let's say they make the championship and lose, or let's say they even win the thing. I'm not a bracketologist, so don't listen to me, but I still would be surprised if they jump much higher than the 5. I might even be a little surprised if they jump to the 5. So I think probably a 6 or a 7. Some people believe that being a lower seed might actually be better because then, if you look at the numbers over history, the 5-12 or the 6-11 matchups, like whatever the percentages are. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff because March Madness is just this big cluster. I think trying to predict it or trying to prognosticate it it's just a waste of time. So I think it'll end up a 6 or a 7, and they're going to have to beat whoever they're matched up against. And I wish I'd give you a better answer or a more detailed breakdown, but that's about as far as my brain can go into March Madness beforehand.
Grant Bilse of the Wisco Sports Show on the phone with us, talking about all things Wisconsin related. Of course, the Badger men's basketball team getting ready for Big Ten tournament play. So is the women's hockey and the men's hockey teams. I don't know if you dip into that at all, if you put your toe in that pool, but I'm really excited for that. Both teams look pretty strong. You've got the women hosting at the Kohl Center. Are you going to try to get to any of these games that are at the Kohl Center?
I've never been to a Badger hockey game.
Oh,
they're so late, and it's all the way downtown. See, here's the thing. You
have so many excuses for everything. You come up. I've never been to a Brewer opening game. I don't know. I'm the Brewer guy on the radio, but I've never been, and I've never been to the Kohl Center because, really downtown.
How old are you, Grant?
I've been to the Kohl Center plenty for basketball games. I've never been to a hockey game at LeBron or at the Kohl Center. Man, I'm up at 6 o'clock. I'm up at it in the morning. I got things to do. I'm the executive producer of the Bill Michaels Show. I have calls to make and audio to cut. And I got Rock Mornings to join once a week. How am I supposed to go all the way downtown by the Capitol for a hockey?
Man, with all of the mass transit and bike lanes and crap that you have in Madison, you can't get your skinny, lanky ass down there for one effing game? You can't support the team? Are people lit up in Madison? I have no idea. Do they even care that this is going on?
I'm sure.
I mean, like, I know
the girls' hockey team is on fire.
Well, the girls' team is a powerhouse every year.
Came back from winning the gold.
But yeah, I mean, you're still riding the Olympic high with a bunch of players from the women's team just got back with their gold medals. I mean, you're not interested in that at all?
It's not that I'm not interested. It's just maybe I'm not interested enough to go all the way downtown. Look, I'm riding the hockey high, and I will take texts and calls on my show about Badgers hockey. There was a lot of excitement over what happened over this last weekend. That's great. But look, all right, we got NFL free agency. That's taking priority for me. Brewers opening day is approaching, and the Packers are making moves. Huge week in the NFL. So I only got a 2-hour show. I got to prioritize some of these things. I have, speaking of the hockey, turned into some NHL games since the Olympics. I've enjoyed that. I've been following the Wild. And our Bruins, Simpson, they dumped it against the Penguins the other night, but a sloppy win on Saturday over the Capitals. It was very, very sloppy and ugly, but I'll take it.
Hey, sometimes sloppy is the way to go, Grant. Sometimes it's better
our
when
Bruins
sloppy.
a little bit. The Wild, who are a very fun team on the other side of the border, albeit. But so I think my hockey focus is tilted a little bit more towards the NHL. But Badger hockey, I'm a supporter in spirit, maybe if not in body.
You did mention free agency. Obviously, the legal tampering period started yesterday, which I find a farce because everyone knows these deals are happening in the background. The NFL tries to, pull the wool over your eyes, essentially, make you believe none of this is happening behind the curtain, and we all know it's happening. I just wish they would stop with the stupid little names for everything. Just say, hey, look, the season's open season, let's do it. Packers made a bunch of moves. Malik Willis obviously going to Miami, and you got the guy going to the Cowboys. They got rid of Jenkins. What can you take away from day one, I guess, of legal tampering for the Packers?
Very quick recap. They re-signed Sean Ryan. Last night on my show, I kept saying they re-Shawned. They Shawned themselves. Sean Ryan, 3 years, $33 million. I would expect that he's their plan at center. I don't know that I love it, but I don't know that I was going to love any type of center they brought in, short of Tyler Linderbaum, who went for a mountain of money. That was never going to happen.
You got a check. Boy, a big check.
It's a plan. They have a plan other than we'll just draft guys. So I like that. Releasing Elton Jenkins is interesting. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to trade Rashawn Gary or release Elton Jenkins to become cap compliant. They did that about a week ago, restructuring Xavier McKinney. So trading Rashawn Gary, I get. They got a 4th-round pick. They're probably going to cut him anyways. So that's a great deal. The fact that they were able to even get a 6th or a 7th-round pick, which is probably their goal, they end up with a 4th. Great. Good job. Then they go and release Elton Jenkins. He wasn't due a kicker or a bonus. Like Stephon Diggs on your team, Simpson, was set to get a bonus, I believe, like the first day of the league year or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the Patriots were going to release him before that kicked in. There was no such bonus or kicker due to Jenkins. So one of two things. Either they wanted to do right by him and allow him to go get a contract elsewhere because Goody, that was one of his first picks in 2019, really likes Elton Jenkins. So that might be part of it. Or they're trying to clear the decks to bring somebody in. Now, they did sign, I think, Benjamin St. Juste, a corner from the Chargers, played a lot of snaps, 3rd-round pick from the Commanders. They signed this morning, so that little money that went out. The Packers have not done anything major, but I've liked everything that they've done. I think this offseason for the Packers is about shoring up depth on the O-line, the D-line, and at cornerback. They're probably not going to add any studs. I don't know that they need to. They need to get healthy and add some depth, and I think they're on their way to doing that so far.
All right. Grant Bilse of the Wisco Sports Show joining us each and every Tuesday at about 8:15. We'll do another real quick off-topic question before we let you go. St. Patty's Day right around the corner. How are you when it comes to Irish food? Are you corned beef and cabbage, which is not really an Irish meal?
Reuben, you like
it's
a good
sort of an
Reuben?
Americanized version. How are you with
Reuben rolls? Those are delicious.
Shepherd's pie. Are you into Reubens?
Get a stew, kind of a beef stew thing.
Stew. Are you into any of that stuff?
Love stews. Love shepherd pie. I love the Reuben, except doesn't the Reuben come with Swiss cheese, to circle back earlier to our conversation? So I love the crowd and the meat and the sauce.
Swiss cheese is just, it's too powerful
tangy.
for
It's very tangy. Bangers and mash. You want some bangers and mash?
Bangers and mash, would love that. I love a hash. I love potatoes mixed with anything. I love a good
corned beef hash, yeah.
Except for feta cheese.
And also, I've really come around to drinking Guinness, and I think this started about 2 or 3 months ago. my elitist friends, my real pretentious friends who all live up in the Twin Cities started drinking Guinness. And I used to turn my nose up at them because all they wanted to do was split the G. Are you familiar with this trend? Split the G, split the G. So you try to drink it. And then I did it a couple of times, like, oh, this is pretty fun. And you know what? Guinness, they go down smooth. So my generation, and maybe it's expanded past my generation, I think we're in a little bit of a Guinness kick right now as a society. I like it, and it's just in time for St. Patrick's Day, so I'm going to drink a bunch of those this weekend.
Have you gone black and tan yet, or are you just strictly Guinness?
Oh, love a black and... I'm glad you said that, Simpson. I think that's a great beverage. A delicious option as well. If you want to mix it up, have a little variety in your drink. I'm a big fan. We're on the same page here.
Irish car bomb, you like one of those?
Love Irish car bomb.
Again, not Irish,
love Jameson.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. It's
take
once a year, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What, you're gonna gatekeep Irish culture now, Simpson? Or you're gonna draw the line
it is
on
not
how we
Irish
can
culture.
celebrate?
An Irish car bomb has nothing to do with Ireland, other than maybe the Jameson. But the rest of it is, they don't do those in pubs in Ireland unless you're an American
But we'll be
tourist.
doing them this weekend, and we'll be missing you. Okay, Grant?
Are you guys running in the .01K?
Yes.
Well, of course.
Saturday on Pearl Street.
World's shortest run.
You get a PR, Simpson?
PR, yeah. Stay outside for about 5 minutes and then go back in the bar. That's about my PR.
That's all that's necessary to contribute to a great cause like the Hunger Task Force. So thank you for your service. I look forward to seeing pictures. Please dress up.
Grant Bilse of the Wisco Sports Show. Always a pleasure. We'll talk to you next week. Okay, bud?
Always nice to chat. You two have a good rest of your week.
Bad news with happy music is coming up next. Grant Bilse, what a guy.
I guess I maybe would have tried to choke it down.
Yeah.
Sounds like cheese. He has to choke cheese down.
I can't believe a guy like him from Wisconsin who does the whole supper club thing and all
I get
and
the
fishing
blue cheese
and
because it's a thing, but Swiss and
blue
provolone.
cheese is not that bad. I mean,
lots of people don't like it, but
I think Limburger. That's a whole nother. I mean, there's steps when it comes to these funky cheeses, and I think blue is towards the bottom, right? And it's and then he's like feta as well, which is delightful. I mean, you put that thing on a gyro or something, you're hella good.
I just want to know who the starting shortstop.
I don't know what that guy's issue is. We'll do the bad news with happy music next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril. Now that's just nasty. Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some #Florida Man for flavor.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man. Florida man. Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I don't want this to happen at my house, but I love these stories because they're fun. It's like a Goldilocks and the Three Little Bears kind of situation.
Somebody snuck in and used the shower.
A woman in Missouri named Tiara Smith was arrested last week after she allegedly broke into a home and started eating Fruity Pebbles in the kitchen.
Hey. What are you doing? I'm throwing this away. We ain't even got no milk. You better put some water on that.
Like out of the box, just...
The family was home at the time. Woman says her son smelled something burning. So the son went downstairs into the kitchen. That's when he saw the strange lady eating Fruity Pebbles and petting the family dog.
What was burning?
I don't know if the dog is okay. Isn't it okay?
Dog wasn't barking, was it?
I don't want it to happen to me, but the dog's like, cool, somebody's here, and it's late night. And
Golden Retriever?
Probably getting some, getting some Fruity Pebbles of his own, right? Maybe some snacks.
Made a new friend.
Apparently the oven was on, so that's probably where the smell was coming from. Might have been ready to throw a frozen pizza in there. The son ran upstairs, told his mom, who called 911. The mother also confronted the woman in the kitchen, demanded that she clean up the mess that she made. That's a mom move right there. Now, before you get out of my house, you clean up that mess.
You're going to soak that bowl. Do you know how are Fruity Pebbles on the side?
Apparently, Fruity Pebbles and milk were scattered everywhere. So a drunken, sloppy attempt
and
at
it becomes like cement on the side of the bowl.
I know. Cops got there, determined that the woman was on something. She later told them she consumed a bottle of marijuana and was walking around outside and mistook the house for a fair. Not for her house, not for a friend's house.
For like a county fair?
For a place where they serve corn dogs. Yeah, a fair. She was charged with first-degree burglary.
This kitchen is looking a lot like there's corn dogs over there, and I've got some of those little mini donuts.
Again, all's well that ends well. I'm not saying she doesn't deserve to be charged. I definitely don't want to encounter that at my house. But I don't know, dude.
Some Fruity
Late
Pebbles
at night,
and a
you
dog,
drank a bottle of marijuana and you're petting a dog and eating some Fruity Pebbles.
But not at my house.
Not at my house. Yeah, I can appreciate it happening in Missouri. You come downstairs, you're like, oh, jeez. Wait till they sober up, let them eat the Fruity Pebbles, and where do you live? We'll give you a ride.
No
can't
ride.
do that? No?
Calling the cops. I'm
Not
calling
doing
the
that?
cops.
All right. Today is National Ranch Day. We've talked about that. When is National French Onion Dip Day?
Ooh. Is this like homemade? Because that is superior, don't you think?
What I like to do is I'll get the Deans, right? The Deans, and then I'll get a packet of like...
Oh, you take it to the extra...
The soup mix.
Yeah.
And usually I get the golden onion soup mix, not the regular onion. And then I mix it in with the Deans, let it sit for a day, and then it kicks it up a notch. When is...
I think it's November 12th.
Okay, well, not quite sure if this lady was preparing for November 12th, but a food stand in Philly called Mac Mart apparently makes macaroni and cheese dishes for people walking up and down the street, right? A little food stand, right? The owner is a woman named Marty Lieberman and said she got a random email a while ago from someone offering her free food. So I don't know if they sell all their food or if they give some of it away, what they do at this little food stand, right? If it's one of these things where like, hey, we do free meals. So if you've got some stuff left over and we could put it to good use and feed some homeless people with it, then fine.
Okay.
It sounded like an overseas company, so she didn't end up accepting the offer. But then one day out of nowhere, 600 tubs of French onion dip suddenly showed up at her business, which is a small 6-foot by 11-foot kiosk.
600 units is still quite scary for a small business. We had not accepted the promotion, so we had no idea it was being sent to us. And when I spoke to someone at Hell of a Good Dips, they were saying we don't do business overseas like that. We don't have that product overseas. So right away, everything started to get weird. I didn't believe the delivery guy when he got to the window, but then I was able to put it in the loading dock of the building that we're outside of. So that was helpful for a few minutes while I figured out what we were going to do.
Boxes labeled Hell of a Good French Onion Dip. She called customer service. They had no idea what was going on. She was going to give the dips away to customers, but the company said she should probably just throw them in the trash, right? Because they don't want to get calls.
They don't know where it came from. Didn't come directly from us.
What if it's not even our product, man? Love your product.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not their product. They didn't know if the tubs were tainted, where they came from, how they got there.
They're not part of something that we
No
did.
paper trail. Couldn't track it down. Didn't want people getting sick and then blaming.
Couldn't it be like a supermarket where they were close to the expiration date or something like that? And they were like, hey, we can't really use these, but...
She decided to throw them all away. Mystery still mostly unsolved. The company apparently investigated the Hell of a Good people. They think the dips were left over from a promotional deal with a business in Australia. Doesn't explain how or why they ended up in Philadelphia. But yeah, apparently this woman...
Yeah, from the numbers on the containers or something, they can track which batch it was. And
600.
Well, and it went to Australia, but then it showed up at a kiosk in Missouri. I don't know.
Apparently.
I'm not eating that.
600 of them, though. That's a lot, Gene. Moving on. Another raccoon story.
Is it drunk in a liquor store?
No, it's not drunk in the bottom of a dumpster. A woman in Cincinnati lived in her apartment for less than a month, said a raccoon has been using a hole in the roof to invade her home every day for a week straight. Alexis Hubbard said she first started hearing unusual noises in her ceiling back on February 20th, and then on March 1st, a week later, she captured video of the raccoon entering her apartment through a hole in the kitchen cupboard.
They were too loud to be mice, almost like it's as if it's dragging things up there. It is a raccoon prowling my home. This is where the animal comes and goes. Through my kitchen cabinet, where I serve food to my young children, bringing trash in from other homes, dirty diapers. The raccoon defecates in the home.
Yeah. Apparently the raccoon has been getting into her house every day, often bringing in
snacks,
food,
right? I mean, getting
leaving
snacks.
bodily waste, not to mention dirty diapers.
Gross.
Said the animal is apparently getting into the building through a hole in the roof.
Yeah, close the hole.
Especially concerned for her son, obviously, his well-being, his health. Said the raccoon Let's see. Jesus,
So it climbs up and goes through the hole in the roof, comes into the house, eats snacks, walks around, does its stuff.
Well, the son apparently can't walk. He has cerebral palsy. His main method of transportation is crawling, not able to go around his house at all because it's unsafe for him to even be on the floor with this raccoon tracking in Lord knows what. So, yeah, apparently the landlord set a trap trying to catch this thing.
How about you close the hole in the roof?
Maybe fix the roof at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think that's where the problem lies. You close the hole and the raccoon's not coming back in.
Back to Pennsylvania. A couple of hikers out on a trail, middle of the woods.
This is another raccoon story?
No, thought they found human remains in Pennsylvania. Actually, it was a deer carcass.
You guys want to go see a dead body?
Yeah.
They couldn't tell I guess, if you're just walking up and there's...
tell the difference between a dead human and a dead deer.
Unless you think they're just parts.
Now, I don't see any pictures in this story as to what it looks like. Come on, man. Now, if you found monkey bones out in the woods or something, right? You might be able to say, oh, I found a skeletal remains of a child. I can't see a deer carcass.
Looking like a human.
Looking like even if you had any flesh on it or fur or antlers or
even
snout
if it was bone, if it's laying on its side.
If you found one bone, you could be like, I don't know where the bone's from, but I found a bone. It might be a human bone. Okay, fine, right? Not everybody's a bone expert. But when you say deer carcass, I don't think human dead body at all. I don't think anything even looks close, right? Officials initially identified as human remains found in a Pennsylvania State Park was actually a deer carcass. The supposed remains found by two hikers in the Ridley Creek State Park in the Upper Providence Township, about 10 miles from Philadelphia. State police said the two hikers called 911. They responded. Medical examiner's office on the scene confirmed the remains were indeed human.
Oh, my gosh. Well, if it confused the medical examiner, then it did look...
As the remains were found in a state park, the scene was then turned over to the state police.
Yeah.
And after a more extensive examination of the alleged human remains, they have now been confirmed to be that of a deer, not those of a human.
Yeah, well, I think... Okay,
so on first glance, the medical examiner says it's a human?
It must have been laying really strangely and...
Weird.
Yeah,
wow.
If it can fool him, it can fool them, for sure.
I guess. And it happened again. Do you remember how angry those fishermen got at those guys that were stuffing the fish with weights and other fish fillets? Remember that? This is a couple of years ago.
These were competitive fishermen, and they would enter these tournaments for money, cash money.
Lots
and then
of money, big money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
They'd put sinkers
Not only sinkers, but they would take like fillets from other fish and they would shove them inside the body of the fish while they were on the boat, and then
so they would weigh more, so they would win the tournaments. And yeah,
those dudes, I will never forget the first time I watched that video of those two guys. The two guys that are accused of it are in the middle of this throng of other fishermen, and they're just all screaming and yelling. And I thought they were going to kill those guys. I legit thought they were going to beat those dudes senseless. They didn't. And the guys eventually ended up getting in a lot of trouble, and they got suspended, and they got their boats taken away, and all sorts of crazy stuff.
That was the Lake Erie Walleye Trail Tournament, and they stuffed walleye with lead weights and other fish fillets to increase their weights. And man, the other competitors were mad.
They were so mad. I was like, you guys got to get in your truck and get out of there.
An unusual winning streak at these kind of tournaments.
And that was why they had been suspected of doing this for a while, but they couldn't catch them. And so then finally when they caught them, it was like, oh man, they're going to beat these dudes senseless. Well, it's happened again. This is another angler arrested at a bass tournament in Texas, charged with violating fishing tournament rules. Apparently this must be a lucrative side gig that you can do because people keep doing it. Officials with the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department say they arrested Curtis Lee Daniels, which is a really good, strong fisherman name.
I bet he's just noodling. Is he noodling for these fish?
After finding multiple weights inside of a bass he'd caught during the competition. Daniels booked into the jail last Sunday, charged with violating fishing tournament rules. The tournament was offering a cash prize of $10,000 or more. The charge is now a third-degree felony because the prize was so large. Records show that he was released on Monday on a bond. In an official statement, The fishing tournament people down there said they were contacted by tournament organizers to investigate a bass that Daniels had brought to the weigh-in. Tournament staff flagging the bass after using a metal detecting wand on the fish that alerted them to the potential presence of a foreign object. Raised concerns that Daniels had tampered with the fish before bringing it into the weigh-in station. After they confirmed the alert, the wardens conducted a necropsy on the fish, cut it open, discovered 3 weights in its stomach, no signs of erosion. So these weren't in there for a while, just hanging around.
Swallowed while it was eating, or another fisherman or woman where it was in there. The scandal that shocked the community, by the way, those guys had won over $300,000 in prize money before they were caught, and that made it necessary for them to have much more strict integrity measures, which is why you're scanning your bass.
The guy they arrested, by the way, this Daniels guy, was one of 564 fishermen competing in the local tournament, vying for a cash prize of $11,500. He was also a guide on Lake Fork and fishes bass tournaments regularly. Which is probably not going to happen anymore now that he's been outed as a cheater, pumpkin eater. Criminal record search reveals that Daniels was convicted of a misdemeanor in Wood County in 2019 for possession of slot limit black bass. Was found guilty by a jury, forced to pay $519. Unclear if he was charged with any other wildlife crimes in Texas counties. But this guy sounds like a dude who shouldn't be out there fishing in tournaments and guiding people and showing them what to do.
Knows the way around some of the rules and things, right? He can cheat a little bit.
Bad name to all those people out there trying to
win.
Yeah. Bad news, happy music. We'll get to our daily check-ins after AC/DC.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Visit the website, rockmornings.com, for all of our contact info. I got an email from Sam, and I totally whiffed on this. Sam, I apologize. He said, hey, it's Sam in Chippewa again with a picky request. Can I get Back on Earth from Ozzy between 6:45 and 7 on my way to work? I was kind of blown away when you guys came through with the 3 Doors Down for me a couple of weeks ago. Above and beyond, you're the best. Sam, I was the best, but I totally whiffed on your email, and I apologize for that. So maybe tomorrow morning, sometime between 6:45 and 7, I can get to your Ozzy request. You can also download the apps, the 95.7 The Rock app, the 92.9 The X app, and get in touch with us. Voicemails, pictures, and videos.
Sleep is for the weak, Grant.
Grant wasn't able to get to a hockey game because they end too late at night, and he doesn't want to.
They're so late at night, and I get up at 6, and I'm the executive producer of this show, and blah, blah, blah,
Bill
blah, blah.
Michaels' show. That's what he is.
Give me a break, dude.
Hey, we got another email. We were talking about the new food items at American Family Field for the Brewers home opener next 2 weeks.
2 weeks from Thursday.
I was telling you there's a chicken ice cream. So it's a chocolate ice cream, but it's covered in butterscotch and kind of like
it looks like a chicken
cornflakes,
leg.
but it looks like a chicken leg.
Okay.
And we got an email from Jessica that said they actually sell the ice cream drumsticks at Woodman's. It looks like chicken, but tastes exactly like chicken, tastes exactly like ice cream. Even has a fake cookie as a bone inside of it.
Nice. See if I can find one of those.
Thanks,
when
Jessica.
we go to Miller Park. Doug sent in a text, said, I know this will be unpopular, but UND is ranked number 2. Badgers are like 10 in the hockey rankings. My Sioux are going to take it. Remember the water bottle incident. Yeah. Any given Sunday, Doug. Any given Sunday. Doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. We've seen 16s beat 1s and 15s over 2s.
That's what makes it so great.
We'll see what happens.
Sport's so great.
Bill texted in, said Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. He pushes the earth down. I mentioned that one. Corbin texted in earlier, said you forgot one of the best wide receivers. Mike Evans moves on from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, signs a 3-year deal with San Francisco. Well, Mike Evans was one of the best receivers in the league and is no longer in the top 5. He's certainly a good receiver, but I also cannot mention every single move that was made yesterday in NFL free agency.
Because it was 1,000.
So I appreciate that.
There was a lot.
Ned texted in, said, I'm gagging listening to the ranch stories. I said, don't toss your cookies. He said, the chugging the 24 ounces of ranch almost got me.
We had a coworker like that. I mean, he couldn't even look at
Smell or sight would get him.
He couldn't take it.
I have a buddy like that with poop. If he sees
Don't we have a
poop.
ketchup one too? Was Decker ketchup? Not ranch.
No, he was
It
ranch because
ranch?
I vividly remember filling the top drawer of his desk
With ranch
with packets of ranch. Yeah. Oh yeah, and bottles of it. Yeah. Spencer texted in, said seasoned sour cream is better than ranch in my opinion. Look, dude, to each his own.
Mm-hmm.
Today's just National Ranch Day. Paul said blue cheese dip over that ranch stuff any day with my wings.
Yeah, but as many people that love blue cheese, and I'm one of them.
Amy, I love Amy.
It.
Amy says, I eat pizza multiple times a week. I despise ranch, but I carry crushed red peppers with me in my purse, my car, and my work bag. Boy, Amy's really got a hankering. Look at all this play in her purse.
Yep.
Most women have their purse with them 24/7. Mm-hmm. In my car, just in case my purse is in the back seat and I can't reach it, I got to have it somewhere within my reach in the car. And in my work bag, she not only has a purse but a work bag as well in case
Also
the
has
purse
red pepper
gets
in
left
there.
at home or in the car where the other packets of crushed red pepper are. Now she's got it at work. Amy's covering all of her bases.
Can you imagine what you need in life that Amy doesn't have in one of those bags for you? Besides
Can you
the
imagine
pepper?
Amy
You know what I mean? Hey, you got a whatever.
Imagine you go
Yep.
somewhere with Amy and she doesn't have it and
That's
it's
what I'm
not
saying.
available at the restaurant. Does she get up and leave?
It's like you're with Superman. Can you imagine what else? Do you have a Band-Aid? Yes. Do you have a highlighter? Yes.
Excuse me, do you have crushed red pepper? No. Okay, where's the nearest convenience store? I got to go. I'll be right back. Amy, I love it. So weird.
She knows what she needs.
Hey.
Takes it with her.
Lots of texts about ranch. Chris said ranch sucks ass, and I'm not sorry for saying that. Somebody else said my daughter eats ranch and cheese sandwiches. That sounds delightful. Dan said ranch dressing on a ham, salami, and Swiss cheese sandwich. Brian said bacon ranch is the best. Scott says I help lower the average. I don't remember the last time I used ranch, probably a couple of years ago. And then thanks to Matt and also Amy for correcting me on my pronunciation of Taijin. It's apparently pronounced tahine. I'm going to pronounce it Taijin because I'm that's who I am as a human being.
Okay.
That's what I like. Much like gyro, which annoys some people. Thank you for all the correspondence. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.